Hey, Daniel.
Hey, Keegan.
So we are playing Spongebob Battle for Bikini Bottom.
And do you know why?
Why?
Because it's Flashback Friday.
Yeah, a new thing that we're doing because we really liked playing Rayman and we
Even
wanted
though it didn't get too many views. But...
and so we just want to make like a thing out of playing old shitty video games. Which, despite people's love for this game, it's an old shitty video game.
Yeah.
We're gonna play a new game.
Mm-hmm.
I guess so. And yeah, we both played this game.
We've probably both beaten this game.
I don't think I ever beat this game, to be fair,
really?
because despite what people think, it's also a little janky.
This is true.
But yeah, this game is from back when SpongeBob used to be good.
Oh yeah.
SpongeBob was like the kids' version of The Simpsons, where it's like the first 4 seasons or whatever are really good, and they all kind of like sucked and went downhill from there. I was just watching something this week that had Tom Kenny. Well, his name's Tom Kenny, right? The guy who plays SpongeBob.
I know his last name's Kenny. I don't know if it's Tom.
Yeah, but it's something like that. I was watching the new Harley Quinn show.
Oh, he's in it?
Yeah, he plays Clayface's right arm.
Okay.
Like it gets cut off, and so it gets its own personality, and Jim Gordon starts talking to it about his
problems.
About his the problems with his sex life. The Harley Quinn show is very, we'll call it...
Not kid-friendly?
Well, it's definitely not kid-friendly. Like, if you're watching this and, like, you don't want your parents to know, don't go watch the new Harley Quinn show. But more like it's not... It's pretty irreverent.
Ah, okay.
Oh, no, he said it to don't obey.
Why would you even build that into it? Like, I know Plankton stuff's supposed to be like messed up most of the time, but like in a general sense,
yeah.
Why would you even put that?
Because you're an idiot, which is also kind of Plankton's personality.
He's 99%. What was it?
So sorry if I'm a little low energy. We just came off recording another video, and I'm just kind of like mentally
out of it.
Mentally out of it. So hopefully, as we play this, I'll just like perk up a little bit more. Yeah. I have no idea. This is like a problem with video games. Where like they start with like 8 minutes of cutscenes. It's like we can only vamp on this for so long.
Yeah. Oh, I think.
Can I? Okay, cool. I can just skip it.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
I think,
either you know what this game is or you don't.
I think this is the game where the...
Okay. I think I can just do that. Cool.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember how to play it.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is the game where they phoned in Mr. Krabs, or at least got a different voice actor.
Sorry for the people who have to deal with this, but it's the old school way of like controlling the camera where everything is reversed.
You don't want to hear Mr. Krabs' phoned-in voice?
No. I mean, we can listen to it if you want. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying, like I said, I'm a bit mentally out of it, so I'm not trying to like sit through 8 minutes of cutscenes.
We'll run into Mr. Krabs in a minute, so just like listen to it the first time because you'll tell it's like either not him or it's like very phoned in.
Yeah. My guess is it's not. It is him. He just phones it in.
Because they got everyone else, or at least almost everyone else for this game.
Yeah. I feel like there's more to this area.
There is.
Oh god, it's so gross. The camera. I don't know how we ever played video games like this. I just don't understand.
We didn't know any better.
I don't understand who set it up this way, because it's like all video games from before 2008 control this way.
Kingdom Hearts had that too, didn't it?
Yes, and I don't understand it. Thank you for telling me that.
So yeah, go talk to Mr. Krabs real fast, and we'll hear how awful he is.
Yeah. Shit.
See, I told you.
That is definitely not Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's got like the hint of Mr. Krabs, but you can definitely tell it's not him.
It's like bootleg Mr. Krabs.
Which is weird, because they all worked for Nickelodeon, and Nickelodeon produced this game.
And they got everybody else, so it's like, it's clearly not we couldn't afford to pay for him. Like,
maybe he was like on vacation, and when they were making this, they're like, oh, well, too late, we already got somebody else.
Yeah.
I love Tom Kenny doing the voice.
Yeah. Tom Kenny. The thing that's fun is, like, as soon as you know who Tom Kenny is, then, like, all you can ever hear when he talks is Tom Kenny.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how high or low he gets, he's still just Tom Kenny. And I don't know what that says about him. Because, there are some voice actors, like Alan Tudyk, who, like, even if you know it's Alan Tudyk, you'd have no idea, like, because he sounds so differently. But Tom Kenny's just, like, Tom Kenny pitched up or down.
That's like, what's his name? Patrick Warburton, or whatever his name is?
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just him. And
but Patrick Warburton doesn't count, yeah, because it's just Patrick Warburton.
They don't even change, he doesn't try to change it. I think he does, like, a little bit up and down, but not, like, a whole octave.
But it's like, if you hear him, you're just like, oh, yeah, that's Patrick Warburton. I don't know how people speedrun games like this.
This is a checkpoint.
Yeah. Just because, like, to me, like, my brain is just like, this is not how video games are supposed to control. I don't know how, like, we managed to do this, to be honest.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Like, if you came out with a camera like this now, people would just be like, this camera does not control well.
You know what's weird?
I don't know whose idea it was to do that. What?
It was only, like, 10 years ago when we still used PS2.
I mean, like, 10 years is a long time. 10 years before the PS2, like, was like Pong,
Yeah.
So 10 years is it's mostly like the rise of first-person shooters has kind of like
gotten to the
has kind of helped standardize
he
camera
just does
controls.
not want you to hit him. Wow, Keegan, just wait for him to come back.
No, that involves patience. There, I hit him.
Jesus, man.
You see how that worked? Yeah, you do. So shut the fuck up.
I won't, actually, because you could have done that much faster.
I could have, but it wouldn't have been as entertaining, would it? I'm pretty sure I just fucked that up somehow.
You did. You actually did.
But that's fine. It'll come back if I just kill myself or something.
a little off there in the timing, but...
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do it this way because I don't want to deal with the camera.
But I do like, because you didn't get a whole lot of it in the past, how they, like, actually showed the rest of the world, even though you couldn't go to it. Because, like, here you can see Bikini Bottom in the distance.
Yeah, they definitely tried to, like, give it, like, a sense of, like, oh, like, connectivity that, like, they don't care about. I think, like, the South Park, like, the first South Park game, The Stick of Truth, they kind of talked about that, how they actually had to, like, think about how South Park's actually, like, laid out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, like, before that, they were just like, whatever, and then after that, they were like, oh, we actually have to, like...
plan.
Because, like, it's going to be an open world, so, yeah. Like, make a decision on how this town is laid out. And even then, I don't think the way it's laid out in the game is canon or anything, but that was super hard.
I'd say that the Spongebob one is pretty accurate.
I mean, yeah, in the sense that I don't know if in this one it's canon anymore.
So there's something you just missed.
I don't care.
You get a sock, I think.
I'm just activating this. There's no timer for those. It's just the way forward.
Yeah.
And I think I go over here, and then I can go get a sock.
Yeah, you go up. Up.
Yeah.
You gotta bungee jump with your underpants.
Yeah.
Or fall.
Or just, like, have very poorly performing hitboxes.
And have Hans come and collect you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's his actual name.
Pretty sure, because it's supposed to be it's supposed to pun on hands.
Yeah, the German Hans. Oh, it's a spatula. Even better than a sock.
Yeah.
So you got everything.
Yeah. Everything but, like, I think a couple of... some money.
Some shinies.
Some shiny. Whatever they're supposed to be.
I think Mr. Crab calls it shiny.
Yeah.
Because he, like, offers them to... You, like, give it to him. He gives you, like,
the last
a really...
time I played this game was on emulator, so, like, the saving of it is very slow to me. Like, like, when you play it on emulator, it's like, okay, it's saved.
But because I have a PS2...
Yeah.
We're doing this the old way.
I mean, we would definitely not ever play games on emulator. And if we did, we would definitely, like, source the ROMs in a totally legal way.
Yeah.
We would definitely want to just internet pirate.
Yeah. You didn't want to see a fish be hammered to death by a giant ham?
To be honest, no. To be honest, like, I'm just not in the mood to sit here and watch cutscenes. I just, like, want to play a video game. Which is nice, because this game doesn't, like, force you to watch the cutscenes and, like, is really quick when you just cancel out of them. And whereas, like, in the modern day, if you, like, skip a cutscene, it's like...
You might miss vital information.
No, it's like, in modern day, if you skip a cutscene, it takes, like, 9 years for it to, like, go through.
Because then it has to go to...
I'm thinking of, like, I was playing the new God of War, and, like, every time you skip one of their fun cutscene... Thanks. Anytime you skip a cutscene, it, like, takes forever to load. So sometimes you just, like, sit and watch the cutscene, because it's, like, going to be shorter than waiting for the load time, which... I'm like... And that game especially is kind of heinous to me, because... The entire design of the game is just, like...
It's about cutscenes.
Is, like, it moves... Is, like, the camera is, like, a constant... If that makes sense. Like, like, the camera, like, there's never any actual loading that goes on, but I suppose there is in some cutscenes. But even then, like...
I hope they make another God of War.
They're gonna have to, right?
With,
like,
I mean, with the way they ended the new
one.
one.
Yeah, that game has a super anticlimactic ending. It's the one part of that game I don't like. Because, like, they build up Thor and Odin, so I thought, like, the final boss would, like, the final thing would be, like, you have to fight Thor, even if you don't beat him.
Yeah.
You know, but, like, no, it's like, hey, spoilers for God of War at this point. The game's been out for 2 years, so
yeah.
If you haven't played it yet, I mean...
You're doing it wrong.
It also was on PS Now for free, so at this point, if you're a PlayStation user and you haven't played it, it's kind of your fault.
Yeah,
Forget how to get up here, but...
You have to go around. It's a travel way. You just don't go straight to it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's why those boxes are there.
But yeah, like you just go to Jotunheim and you toss out some ashes, and it's like, oh, by the way, your son's Loki, and you're just like, that's it. And yeah, you have to fight with Balor, but like,
you mean Baldur?
Baldur, whatever his name
Balor. But did you do the thing where you went back to the home and you like went to sleep?
No.
So if you do that, this is spoilers because you haven't seen it. But,
what? Who cares?
If you do that, they do this thing where it like cuts to like a few months later, and like Thor comes down, and it's like I'm assuming that's how they're gonna start the next game. Like you're immediately in the fight with Thor, even if you lose.
Oh yeah, it's like that's how it
end is like Thor is right there. He's pissed. There's like a giant lightning storm around you.
Yeah, because to me, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, that'd be a really good ending because Thor is Kratos, right?
Yeah.
So it's like when they fight each other at the end of this game, that will literally, like, I realize that like a large part of Kratos' growth as a character also came from like.
So I think there's a sock up there if you go over.
There is, but I'm wondering if I want to. Yeah, I'm gonna run over here and activate the teleport box first in case I fall.
That's a good point.
Not that it matters. I'm going that far back, but I'll go do that. That's like my modern day gaming brain, where it's like I should go activate the thing that makes it. I should go activate the fast travel first.
Stop jumping.
It's my bad, man. I'm used to like it not just be hold the X button to win.
But yeah, so since I guess you didn't know because you didn't see the ending.
Oh, I have the save game, so I can go do it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so Thor does.
Because why would you go do that? Why would you think to go sleep?
Well, so you're like, supposed to like go back to your home or whatever because now you still have what's his name, Mimir.
Oh.
His head's still with you.
Yeah.
And you got Loki or whatever his name is. I forget because I haven't played in a while.
Atreus,
yeah. And you go back to your house, and everything's, like, fine, and then it goes to this cutscene where Thor just, like... I don't think he goes to the house, he's, like, outside, but it's, like, there's this
It doesn't lead to the fight.
No, but
I guess if you have nothing better to do, probably after you kill the Viking Queen. Which I hadn't done yet, because fighting the Vikings is just a tremendous pain.
Oh, the Valkyrie, you mean?
Oh, yeah, the Valkyrie.
I hate that.
And I know that there are some people who are like, that's part of the fun, is fighting all these super hard bosses, but, like... If you've watched our videos at this point, you know that, like, I don't find difficulty a compelling reason to, like a video game.
I mean, I enjoyed fighting the other Valkyries.
Yeah.
Because...
like, difficulty to me isn't the main selling point behind a video game, so I don't care about it. There are some games that are, like, funner, or, like not funner, more fun on harder difficulties.
I think funner is the word you're looking for.
No, I'm pretty sure fun is, like, the weird one that's... Fun is a weird adjective in that it's... comparative form isn't like set in stone like all the rest, but
I'm pretty sure that's not. I think it was Adam West who played the young one. I don't know who played the old one, but I don't think that was him either.
Yeah, I think Adam West still played the old one.
Did he?
Yeah.
I just know they made Mermaid like extremely senile.
Oh shit! I guess I gotta go up to the top after we're done and do that again.
I think you can go back now.
Yeah, because the teleport box is right there.
Like, if you talk to him, he's just so senile.
like their games are like Kingdom Hearts critical mode. Like Kingdom Hearts 2, its critical mode is like way more fun than normal.
Yeah.
Like, so I enjoyed that, so I play on critical mode. But like, if the main selling point of your game is that it's difficulty, that to me doesn't actually like mean anything. Because difficulty is just a measure of how hard it is, of how long it's going to take me to beat your game most of the time than it is anything else.
Oh no.
I missed it again.
That's fine. Just keep going.
Yeah.
We're not doing the completionist run through.
No, we're just doing whatever until like we feel like we have a good video. You know what I mean? Like Bloodborne, I really like Bloodborne, but like most of the Dark Souls games are not all that interesting or fun to me.
Like Sekiro that we played, it's really fun. It's
Yeah.
just really hard.
Yeah, like Sekiro works for me because its difficulty matches kind of like its gameplay. And now, like Sekiro, you're supposed to be in the thick of things, and it's supposed to be nerve-wracking and difficult. But like in Dark Souls, the difficulty,
You're gonna get hit if you don't move.
like anybody who's played it will know what I'm talking about. Where like Dark Souls, its difficulty is instantly mitigated by the fact that you know how to. That like basically it's just like it makes it so like most boss fights are just take longer. They aren't like designed to be difficult due to mechanics or anything.
Yeah, there was a few designed to be difficult mechanic ones in God of War.
Yeah,
And that was fun. Like, what's
like
his name?
fighting Thor's two sons. Like what are they? Like Magni and
Modi?
Magni and Modi.
Or something like that.
I don't know. They're fun because
That's
you're fighting two bosses at
That's
once.
a really hard fight.
Baldur kind of becomes really simple
Yeah.
once you know what it is.
Yeah.
But he can, like it's still like nice. He just doesn't have the feel of like a final boss to me.
What's they're called? Well,
Like,
I mean, when
Baldur kind of represents Kratos's
past.
past in the sense of like Baldur and Thor kind of similar in that they're both kind of giant dickbags. But like Thor to me is the guy who represents what Kratos was more than Baldur. And that like in that entire game, it talks about how like Thor is just like killing shit without that
caring.
was bullshit. Those lingering hitboxes were great. I don't know how else to explain it, but like to me, you should fight Thor at the end of that game, or at the very least, you know, fight him to a stalemate or be running from him or something.
What other games can we critique as we do this?
I don't know. I'm just kind of over the whole like. Kind of get back to the point about difficulty. I'm kind of over that as like what people it has become like the measure of a good game in the modern age. Like your game's not any good if you don't make it hard.
Yeah.
Like your game's not any good if your game's not good. And I don't know how else to explain that. Like we don't like difficulty doesn't make good games.
You know what's sad?
And I think it's partially because people associate games that they like as being difficult because like the first games that you liked were difficult.
You gotta hit him twice.
Because like you first probably started playing games when you were a kid, so like for some reason you have associated difficulty with.
Well, yeah, because when you're a kid, you're
good.
shit at games in general.
Yeah.
Because you don't understand how to do things.
And I don't want to say that's everybody, but I think a lot of people who are like, well, the game was easy, so it wasn't a lot of fun. I think that's what kind of like they're getting at. Is like, I want to play games to challenge myself, which I guess is like an okay way of thinking about it and like an okay feeling. I'm not saying that feeling's wrong. I'm just saying like, games shouldn't be designed with the idea that like, oh, I want to make them as hard as possible because that's my crutch. Because like, that's what makes a good game. Yeah, if there was one thing I could tell anybody who's like trying to make a game is like, don't think that because it's hard, it's good, or that like because it's not hard, it's not good. I'm sick of that like mindset that like has somehow pervaded all of gaming. Like you can't just pick up a game and like be able to play it without giving it 100% of your attention. I don't know how else to explain that. And I realize I've been kind of on this point for a while now, but
Yeah, I know.
it
what
really
you're
is just
saying,
frustrating for me as like,
Because once upon a time, I was studying to make games because I had no idea what I was doing.
and
This was only a year ago, so.
well, I mean, it's still more than I've ever put into like actually trying to make a video game.
And I made
Probably because I know I wouldn't make a good video game. Like, I understand that, like, I am way better of, like, a critic, I guess, than I am a creator, which is weird that I'm making a YouTube channel, but like, I understand. I don't have, like, that gift that a lot of other people have. Where, like, they can just, like, come up with something creative. But, like, as a person who really enjoys media and things...
See,
It's kind of... That whole, like, games have to be difficult or else they're not good. It's kind of like the movie thing where, like, the movie has to be, like, super deep. Otherwise, it's not a good movie. It's that kind of attitude.
yeah. So you can't do this. You need the...
Yeah.
You need the bubble torpedo thing.
And I know that there's also people who, like, watch movies who feel that way. Where, like... You know, like, a movie can't be good if it's not intellectual, which is a stupid way of...
Well, they've never seen a Mel Brooks movie.
Well, Brooks movies are more intellectual than some, but yeah, I mean, that's basically...
Well, I mean, yeah, there is intellectual parts, but, like, a lot of it is just... In, like, Mel Brooks movies, it's just a lot of, like...
A lot of it's
comedic
faux
things.
intellectualism.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's not supposed to be intellectual, but, like, people who want it to be
ends
think
up
it
being-
is.
Yeah.
Which is another problem. In general. It's kind of like the people who want games to be... That, like, difficulty equals good wants games that are hard to be good.
Yeah.
Where it's like... If I like the game and it was hard... If a game was hard and I like hard games, then the game clearly was good. Or something. Where they, like... Maybe the opposite. Where they want to convince themselves that the game was good, so therefore it must have been hard.
You know what we should play? I don't own it or anything, but we should play Shadow of the Colossus.
I think that's on PS Now.
Is it?
I think the remake is. Maybe we'll do that.
That's always a fun game to play.
Yeah. And like...
And that's a good example of, like, games that are hard, but that's because it's solely boss fights.
Yeah.
Like, it was the first game that actually did that, I think, isn't it?
It's one of them. I think it kind of defined that idea.
It was at least at, like, the very beginning of the
Like that
era.
trend.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just kind of... I don't know. I'm just kind of over it as like somebody who like wants to buy video games. I'm kind of over the idea that like... It's the same reason I don't feel bad saying like, yeah, I played this game on easy. Like casually, I'm always on easy mode because I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't need to prove myself to the video game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know that there are people out there who are like, oh, well, if the game's not hard, it's not worth playing. At which point I tell you, like, get a better hobby because you don't like, you know,
You're not getting the point of video games.
like, and I know that I really shouldn't put it that way, but like, learn to evaluate your time better.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of those people just don't like have a lot of free time, so it's like they need this $60 to go a long way in their life. Whereas,
Yeah.
like for me, I'm like, I don't want to spend 4 hours fighting the same boss.
It's kind of like Minute. When we played Minute, it wasn't
Yeah.
super hard. It was just,
No.
we had to figure it out.
Yeah,
But it was really fun. It was just
Yeah.
had no idea what we were doing.
oh, we should beat Minute at some point.
We should.
We're gonna have to will to actually show up.
Yeah. Will and his actual JOB job.
Yeah. I'm sure if I wasn't playing this video game, I'd play it way better. But you know,
What?
I guess like if I should actually be saying if I wasn't.
Oh, damn.
That sucks. If I wasn't trying to go on a tangent, I'd probably be way better at this video game, but that's kind of a weird
Do you
talk
want me to
about.
take over so you can talk more?
Nah. Because I was just thinking that's kind of a weird sentiment when I just was talking about how I don't have anything to prove to the video game. I also don't have anything to prove to our viewers. Like, I don't have to prove to you guys that I'm good at video games. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Like, you guys aren't watching me because I'm good at a video game.
Yeah, I'm pretty
If
sure
you were, then, like...
pretty sure all three of us, when we're all here, have proven that we're all shit at a good amount of video games.
Mm-hmm. I think the only game that Will's actually ended up playing is Hollow Knight, which is a little weird, but...
Yeah,
also-
I think that is. It's also because he's not here for our
Yeah.
meetings to talk about what he wants us to play.
Mm-hmm. It only shows up to like every third recording session.
But like we said, he's got an actual job.
Mm-hmm. Of course, we could have him play more games, but
Yeah.
it's also on us. It's not just on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, and I definitely don't want like my point to be for, like the people who like hard video games to feel like I'm attacking them, and I realize that I have been to some degree. That's only if like you're gatekeeping video games for other people by like having that attitude. Like, if you just like hard video games, it's not like the issue. The issue is like if you're like, oh, well, you didn't play that on the hardest difficulty, so you didn't really play it. There are people like that. There are people who thought that way for like all sorts of things. Like, if you weren't beating Halo on Legendary, then you weren't actually playing Halo. You were just like pretending to play Halo, which is like bullshit on like the highest order. Kind of my vague opinion on modern day gaming. It's like every game has to come out with like, we can't have an easy mode. We have to have normal and hard.
Well, I mean, luckily
And then
for
like
us,
when they describe them, and I don't know why they do this, they always describe it as like normal is the game, is like what we want the game to be played on. And then like if you're a baby, you can play on easy. When you could just be like, if you don't have a whole lot of time and you just like want to enjoy our game, play it on easy. Which I realize a lot of people also like, but it's always like kind of in a snide way of describing difficulty of like normal is the way it's supposed to be played. But I guess if you just want to enjoy the story, like somehow that's like
Bubble body.
like somehow that's not like the admirable like that's like a lesser way of experiencing video games is wanting to play it just for the story. I vaguely remember how to fight this boss.
So you gotta wait for him to hit the ground. He's gonna do a shockwave like that. And then he'll start shooting out kids. Because
Yeah.
I think the purple ones are worse for you.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I think they're like aggressive.
Okay, that was great. I totally hit him too. You saw that.
Yeah. But because this is a PS2...
Yeah. Hitboxes are optional.
There you go. They're optional.
Yeah, I think it's because they're shocking. Or something like that. I'm gonna
be.
die.
Well, there's if you jump off the hill, it won't reset.
Yeah.
Not over there, but like over towards where you met Bubble Buddy. Or if you just hit him real fast, or not.
Okay, that was great. But yeah. Basically, I wish like more game developers and people who play them in general would like acknowledge that wanting just to play the story is a totally valid way of playing the game, and that like it's, to me, to some degree, it's more desirable than just like I want to pound my head against 12 hours against your stupid mechanics.
I'm trying to think of a game. There was a game that I played. I forget what it was. That it was like, hey, if you just want the story, just use this mode.
Yeah, I mean, Mass Effect 3 is like that. And that was like a thing for a short amount of time to just have a story mode. And then, like, for some reason, we just decided that wasn't a...
Needed.
Like, that wasn't, like, a desirable thing anymore. So we just went back to normal and hard. And I vaguely understand... games like Borderlands where they're co-op games, so you have to play them with your friends with like.
Oh, you might want to go get the. There's a thing, not that. There's a box on the corner there.
Yeah, I know. Like a game like Borderlands where you're playing with your friends and it's co-op. Like you don't want multiple difficulty settings just because you want.
Yeah.
You want these things to be
the same.
You want everybody to kind of be on the same level when they join or whatever. And Borderlands really isn't that bad because it's like. You can literally just sit around and grind, and or you can have a friend come join you if you're having issues.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I don't know where I'm going with this rant at this point, but like, I'm ranting because I'm
tired.
I don't know.
You can't. That's a different way to go down.
Yeah, that's right. Whatever. They made them look the same. It's their fault, not mine.
Thanks, Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Also, can we say real quick, fuck Nickelodeon? For, like, the fact that, like, Steven Hillenburg was like, I don't want any spin-offs, and the second he dies, they're like, fuck it, spin-off time!
Everything gets a spin-off.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's a really piece of shit move to do. In case people didn't know that's what's happening, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
If you're wondering why just now SpongeBob is getting a spin-off, it's because Nickelodeon's executives are pieces of shit.
Well, I mean, they did the Avatar spin-off, and that wasn't awful. I mean, it was my favorite, but...
Well, are you talking about Korra?
Yeah.
Korra wasn't really a spin-off as much as it was like a
Sequel?
like a sequel series.
Yeah.
Though supposedly, and I don't know how true this is, I have seen some stuff that basically the reason there's only 3 books to Avatar is because of the M. Night Shyamalan movie, and I don't know whether or not that's true or not. I would guess it's not.
Weren't they talking about doing a thing with I forget her name, but it was like Kyoshi or whatever, the Earthbender?
Like instead of doing a sequel, they'll do a prequel.
Yeah, I heard something about that.
Yeah, maybe.
Ago.
I would love for them to do another one, but I don't think, like, for some reason, like, Nickelodeon's best show that it's ever produced, they, like, fucking hate.
Yeah.
I guess because it's probably expensive to make something that's quality.
So that was the end of World 1.
Yeah, and that was our rant. Oh, shit, we played for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually did get all of the...
You didn't get all the socks, but you got all the...
Yeah. So, if you guys... if people like this video, what should they do?
They should hit everything, especially the button down in the corner, because that will make you subscribed. Hit the bell afterwards, or hit the subscribe button. Comment, like, hit the video that's in the corner. To see more
which
of
will
our
probably be
videos.
Rayman.
Maybe.
And basically, if you guys like this, check back every... I don't know if it's going to be every Friday. It probably won't be, but occasionally...
We'll have another Flashback Friday.
Yeah, and we're going to play another game, whether it's this one again or if it's not, who knows.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.